The fire quickly moved through neighborhoods around Camarillo before whipping its way south toward Malibu. Evacuation orders are in place for several areas, and parts of the famed Pacific Coast Highway remain closed off.
Secondary to that is take care of it. It's like if you're on a lifeboat in the ocean, you need your boat, you're going to take care of that life raft, you're not going to start poking holes in it. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening with the environment right now, especially for people who are disconnected from it, people who spend all their time indoors and don't really care about its resources or are kind of like ignorant to its resources. Just you need it. It's important. If you use it up, it's going to go away. And without it, like, where are we going to live?
Environmental communication is a study of how our language shapes our interactions with the environment, whether that be policy development or the way that we do community outreach or the way that we speak about the environment. How we name something indicates how we'll interact with it. Whether you see the world as the environment as something to be conquered, something to be feared, if you have a different relationship with the environment, like the Native American philosophy where they consider the environment part of their family, that orientation is going to modify, influence, almost dictate how you interact with it. So that was kind of
If you're thinking about taking environmental communications, just take it. Don't think about it. You should just take it. What is it?
I'm not a comm major, so there's a lot of times that I don't really know how to get my point across. And all the conflict mediation and things that I learned in this class should really help me with my future career goals.
Recently, it's become very practical. The practice of environmental communication is quite validated in our field. In a lot of fields, there's a division between academia and practitioners. But in the field of environmental communication, one of my colleagues, Sue Seneca, calls it pracademics, where there's this relationship between theoretical understanding and how we actually go about working with the environment. So I think that it's a very, very context-based, applicable field of study.
Three of our main assignments. I went on a hike by myself and reflected in the wilderness. I'm an outdoors guy, so I love that. I went indoor rock climbing, and then I went camping with my class. And I mean, there's hard work attached to that, and you reflect on a lot, how your view of the environment is constructed and how it relates to your identity. But it's just super hands-on.
We're really excited about the environmental communication program here at Channel Islands. There are very few environmental communication degrees at an undergraduate level. Usually at a master's level there are, and certainly at a PhD level, but we're one of the first in the country to focus on environmental communication. And so it's unique for our students, but the reason why we chose to do it is because at other universities you can major in, interpersonal communication or advertising, public relations, or rhetoric, or corporate communication. But we feel that we want to give you all of those skills anyway, and then we want you to have some context-specific training and understanding. And so that's how we have the three emphases that we do: the nonprofit, the health, and the environment. And so with my background in research being in environmental communication, I sort of head up that emphasis, and until we have other colleagues in the future, I'm the one that teaches that course, and we also teach the environmental conflict resolution course. But so that's what makes us unique, is that we have a focus on environmental communication. The other thing that makes us unique is that part of our emphasis, students have to take courses outside of our program. We require them to have an interdisciplinary focus, which I think is pretty rare. Mostly at most universities, the requirements for the program are in-house. They're required communication courses, but we actually require you to go take business courses or ESRM courses or sociology courses, and we think that it makes our students smarter. I think it provides a richer experience for them.
My favorite part of environmental communication class was the camping trip, where we got to be outdoors and do some civic engagement with our classmates, spend the night in tents and cooking around the campfire and bonding with my classmates.
The environment doesn't know boundaries, right? The environment doesn't adhere to state laws and state rules. So if someone pollutes something upstream, downstream is going to get it. Our water is going to how we interact with our water is going to influence Mexico. And so this idea that it's all connected, it really can't be separated. So our local actions have global impact.